excuse me, I missed that. If the adults please stand while the year sixes come to the stage. Thank you. Please be seated. Now, if anyone at the back is still searching for a seat, there are a few on the other side over here. There's also pews behind the Year 6 teachers in front there. Please help yourself. Invited guests, parents, staff, students and friends, it's my pleasure to welcome you to our final full school assembly for 2013. Today we are here to acknowledge, applaud and thank Mrs Deal for the incredible commitment she has made to our school. A special welcome to a number of Mrs Deal's family members, friends, colleagues and parents past and present who have joined us today to share in this acknowledgement and tribute. It is also my pleasure to welcome our Year 6 students who have joined us on stage today for their last full school assembly at Cotswold School. Today we celebrate your graduation from our school. We'll start today's assembly by singing the national anthem. Could all our adults please stand? The school year 2013 year is drawing to a close. January 2013 seems so long ago. Once again, we have packed an incredible amount into this year, and I'm really appreciative of the support we received from our parents that allow a number of additional activities to be planned and implemented by our staff. None of these would be possible without that support. It is pleasing to see our students taking more responsibility for their learning, becoming more self-managed and involving themselves more in their learning experiences. Thank you to our dedicated staff team. You've worked incredibly hard this year to ensure our students have been provided with the best possible learning programs and environment. I appreciate the commitment each of you makes to your role, and it's my pleasure and a privilege to lead such an amazing team. To our dedicated leaders of learning who drive new initiatives across our school, it is clear to see the positive impact your leadership has had on our school and the support and opportunities our children are provided with, and I thank you for this. To coaches Harper and Guthrie and all staff and parents involved in sports programs, a huge thank you, and there are many, many people involved in that. The range of sporting opportunities available to our students is incredible, and it's easy for me to judge the success by the passion and participation of our students. And I've got to say, as I did last year, it's incredibly satisfying to go to a principal's meeting not long after having a good Cotswold win. Also, I'd just like to point out that we have a number of other activities that have shone throughout the year, a lot in the arts area, a lot in the cultural area. I certainly enjoy seeing our choir and our Kapaha groups perform, and many other activities that go on, and I just thank all the people that are involved in those. This year I was fortunate enough to be granted sabbatical leave. This would not have been possible without the support of my staff and the board. Thank you to all staff who covered additional duties and responsibilities in my absence. A huge thank you to Paula Fleming Connell, who filled the role of acting principal. Paula, you did a fantastic job, and I thank you for allowing me this opportunity, safe in the knowledge that the school was in very good hands. I know you are well supported by a number of key staff, including Andrew Simpson, and I thank you for this. My involvement in sabbatical leave, combined with some work for University Canterbury Education Plus in the area of principal appraisal, has provided me with the opportunity to study a variety of schools and schooling systems. My observations and discussions has confirmed that we have something very special happening in Cotswold School. Often we overlook or take for granted all the good things that happen here. And I believe the challenge for us in 2014 is to celebrate more of what happens as everyday practice at our school. A number of our embedded everyday practices are practices that other schools are striving to achieve, and I can see that in my business. To our wonderful Parents Association, thank you. You're an incredible group of parents committed to supporting our school in so many ways. Many people out there probably look at the market day and think that's it. There are so many things. There's a group out in the kitchen right now preparing food for our Year 6 students. They run our sausage sizzles, our sushi days, all those sorts of things. Along the way, they manage to raise an incredible amount of money that we then feed back into what happens for our students here. And I just thank you so much for the support and commitment this year. Thank you also to all the parents who have assisted with and contributed to any of those Parents Association activities, and I know there's a huge number out there, a number that can't commit to a meeting but can commit to other things, and I thank you for taking the time to do that, because these are the people that benefit from them. A huge thank you to the School Board of Trustees. We've actually had 2 this year because we had elections in March or April. Thank you to Barry Gray, Jonathan Owens, Craig Perryman, Liz Haynes, Shelley Lycan, Martin Cudd, Jane Rushworth and Tracy Jordane. Your commitment to the role of governance is very much appreciated by us all. We're in days of change at the moment. I think most of you are aware that schools have been placed at the learning clusters, and we're finding that incredibly, I'll say interesting, as we move through. Our purpose here is for what's good for our children at Cotswold School, and I guess over the next 2 to 3 years we're going to see some dramatic changes in our environment, and and we've got to keep at the focus of that, our students, and I'm pleased that our board puts that first and foremost. For anyone that attends a board meeting, they will see staff reporting to the board about students and student achievement. All the business as normal comes at the end. So I thank those people for their commitment to our students and our school. It does take time. Special thanks to Jonathan and to Barry for their commitment to the role of board chair and the support they provide for me in my role as principal. Thank you. I'd also like to acknowledge and thank Veronica Brownlee for her work with students in room 14 this year. We've appreciated your commitment to our school and students and wish you well in the future. To our students, you are absolutely fantastic. The one thing that I missed most, actually there were two. I did miss the banter from my staff, but I really missed you people when I was away. Some days sitting in my study, reading research, I had to actually focus back on what I was actually there for, and it's you fantastic people. I love the way you commit to your learning. I love the way you talk about and share your learning with me. Some of the stories I have seen lately are just incredible. I think back to when I was at school, which is very some time, it's a long time ago, but I look at what you're writing now and I am just amazed. I love the way our senior students challenge themselves at Friday Sports, the contribution they make to their team, the way they communicate and care for their teammates, and most of all, I love the creativity they show when describing the sports lost to me on the return to school on Friday. Some incredible stories coming out there. I honestly think sometimes our teams play giants. But students, you are the reason Cotswold is so special. We have a man sitting in our audience today that when he was deputy principal here and he left, he gave a long talk about that, Mr. Radburn. Just like to acknowledge you. And his statement was, Cotswold School is so special because I am here. Not me, but you. And he's dead right. This is what we're about, it's for you people. We've had two wonderful ambassadors for our school this year, and our head students, Rory and Lyon. They have contributed in so many ways to the student voice team, school assemblies and school activities. It has been a pleasure to watch you grow and develop in your role. Thank you for the contribution you've made to our school. The challenge for you both now is to take the leadership skills you have developed into a new school setting and to shine. Earlier this year, Margaret Deal indicated to me that she intended to retire from full-time teaching duties. While I understand and support her decision, I am also keenly aware that we'll lose an outstanding, dedicated, experienced professional teacher from a full-time teaching role. Margaret, Paula will talk shortly at more length about your role you've played in our school, but I want to acknowledge my gratitude for the dedication you have shown to your role, to your honesty, and to telling it like it is. You're a remarkable teacher who has had an incredible impact on a large number of Cotswold lives. The experience, knowledge, and dedication you bring to the role have ensured your students succeed. Margaret is a teacher that doesn't let go of any child. And I've heard some of the conversations she has had with me. Sometimes she has been frustrated, but she always lives there, and I really appreciate that. And I know there are a number of parents here that feel the same. The way we teach and what we teach is moving at a greater and greater rate, and I've appreciated your openness to adapt and change and keep up to date with most recent education trends. Margaret, it's been a pleasure and a privilege working with you. Thank you for your support you've provided for all staff and students at Cotswold School. Your leaving will leave a big gap in our school, but I'm pleased that you're making yourself available for part-time work at Cotswold next year. The end of any school year is, of course, both celebration and sadness. Today we celebrate and share with our Year 6 students their graduation from our school. Thank you to all Year 6s for the wonderful leadership they've provided to our students this year. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank you and wish you well for your future learning journey. I've had the privilege and pleasure of watching each of you develop, a lot of you over a 6 to 7 year period. I've witnessed many successes learning steps, and the odd trip along the way. Not many, more successes, and it's been an absolute pleasure. What I'd like to say to you today, I'd like to look over this way so I can look at you, because this is all about you and Mrs. Steele today. We never stop learning. I continue to learn every day. My sabbatical leave was about me learning to apply back and put back into Cotswold. You will never ever stop learning. Graduation is only a concept. You're moving on to your next stage of learning. And it's how you face that challenge that's important. Sometimes when I get to the end of the year, I start to feel, if anyone has been to a Papanui High School graduation, I've heard Dennis Pyatt speak about his three-legged stool. I've been to a number of this for years and years, and the same thing applies here. I say the same things, but I absolutely believe it. When you leave here, as you develop, set your heights high. You don't know if you're ever going to get there unless you challenge yourself, and that's where that Cotswold School word challenge comes in. Aim high. Have a plan. And I know, talking to a number of you, you've already got that. It might be in a sporting area, you want to be the best high jumper or whatever, but have a plan to get there. If you don't have a plan, you might come unstuck. Set yourself goals. Your goals. They don't have to be school learning goals. Set yourself goals. Goals are the fuel of the furnace of achievement. Above all, ask questions. It is your absolute right. You are the learner. Ask questions. Don't let a teacher say to you, I can't answer that, or I don't want to answer that. Ask questions. It's your absolute right. You need to learn along the way. The other thing I'd like to say is, mistakes are about learning. It's how we handle mistakes that we learn from. So it's okay to make those along the way. Continue to be actively involved in your learning experiences, projects and initiatives. Don't waste any opportunity. And live with intention. And that goes back to those setting those goals and setting the bar high, and never, above all, never ever give up. And you have been chastened along here by our staff. They have made sure that the pathway has been laid for you. It's now up to you to take your learning to the next level at intermediate and on to high school, a form of tertiary education and into life. And you'll continue to learn right through your life. We wish you well for your future learning journey and look forward to hearing about your achievements. For a number of our families, the graduation of the Year 6 child signals the end of a direct association with our school. I thank you for your commitment to our school and the support you provided during the time your children have been at our school, and I wish you all the very best for the future. We look forward to welcoming returning students and their families in the new year. 2000 is set to be exciting and challenging year at Cotswold. I say that every year, but it will be. We've recently received information from the Ministry about where we sit in relation to a rebuild program, and we're going to be doing a lot of research on that next year, leading into a start date in 2016. I'm looking forward to the challenges and opportunities of 2014 that provide for our school community. I'd like to thank you all for your support. I wish everyone a restful Christmas and look forward to working with students and parents returning to Cotswold in 2014. Thank you very much. I'd now like to hand over to Paula Fleming-Connell, who will acknowledge the contribution that Margaret Deal has made to our school. This will be followed by a presentation made to Mrs. Deal by Barry Gray, Chairperson of the Board of Trustees.
It is with sadness that we are farewelling Margaret Deal from our school today. Margaret is a dedicated teacher who has been teaching at Cotswold for many years, 21 of those as a full-time teacher. Margaret, you have always worked extremely hard to provide an excellent program of work for the children in your room. You are always well organised and start each day early with normally a bike ride to school. Margaret attended Teachers College in Christchurch and then had her first teaching years in the central Otago town of Roxburgh. This place proved too quiet for Mrs. Deal, and she was lured back into the bright lights of Christchurch, where she taught at Ashgrove School for 3 years. During Margaret's teaching stays, she was married to Rick and then had her 2 boys, Chris and Andrew. Mrs. Steele lived in the local Bishopdale area, and it was only fitting that her boys attend Cotswold School. While the boys were at school, Margaret helped out as a parent helper, and before she knew it, she was being asked to relieve, and then this led to her securing a part-time position, teaching classes, and also teaching young support groups. Finally, Margaret was made permanent, and we have been fortunate enough to have her as part of the Junior Syndicate. Margaret is a valuable member of our staff and is very knowledgeable and enjoys sharing her expertise with other staff. She has been a tutor teacher, where she has guided and mentored new teachers to the teaching profession. Mrs. Steele has always had a bright and colourful classroom environment and is very creative. We were also impressed recently with her clever market day creations that the children made. She has continually kept up to date and embraced change. ICT has never been an issue for Margaret, and her class blog was always regularly updated. Science and maths have been a passion of Margaret's, and she was the curriculum leader at Cotswold for science. Margaret has always been keen to help out at Cotswold School and has been assisting with the garden club and sharing her expert knowledge. Margaret, you have always given 110% to teaching and the children in your classroom. I know that any child that you have taught has been lucky to have been in your classroom. You know the children so well. Margaret, we wish you all the best in your retirement from full-time teaching, and know that you will enjoy spending time with your grandchildren, gardening, and continuing to be an avid book reader and riding your bike on adventures. Now, speaking of your bike, I think it has been kidnapped. We thought it only appropriate that we give you a new horn for your bike, and your very own special Cotswold horn. Thank you, Wayne. Margaret, you have always been a quiet achiever who has worked behind the scenes to make Cotswold a better place. You can always be relied upon to get the job done efficiently. You mix well with all staff and like to join in on dress-up days and extracurricular activities. You enjoy a good joke, and I know recently the staff really enjoyed your company at one of our recent social events. I will miss the valuable contributions you make to our syndicate and the way you have always been so passionate and professional about children's learning. Margaret, enjoy your retirement and spending time with Rick, not having to do all that paperwork. We look forward to seeing you back at Cotswold School relieving next year. You will be greatly missed by us all. Take care.
Mrs. Deal, on behalf of the Board of like to thank you for your long and dedicated service to Cotswold school community. You've definitely made a positive contribution and impression on staff and students. The board truly appreciates the commitment that staff make to Cotswold. Your influence and efforts in shaping our children's education is incredibly appreciated. We wish you all the very best in your retirement, Margaret, and look forward to perhaps seeing you around in some capacity in the future. Margaret, please accept this small gift as a token of our appreciation and your service.
My teaching career began 41 years ago when I was sent to a Wien District High School in a small central Otago town. I have vivid memories of arriving at that school, being handed a year's supply of crayons, paint and some paper, then being left to get on with the job. However, how times have changed when I compare that to what classrooms have today. However, it is there that I learned such a lot about teaching. After a short while, I moved to North Canterbury and taught for a few more years before leaving to have our two sons who ended up coming to Cotswold for their early education. So as you can see, my association with Cotswold has been a very long and happy one. I feel privileged to have worked in such a well-managed, well-resourced school with some very talented teachers. We have an excellent board and our management team, especially Stephen and Paula, are always there to support and guide us in the right direction, as well as keep us moving forward with the latest trends of thinking and teaching. I'd like to thank Anne and Sue for their endless patience over the years, and to Wayne, who is always willing to lend a hand whenever it is needed. A big thank you to our teacher aides, who often go the extra mile to help out when things get a bit hectic. And I wish to pay a special tribute to my teaching colleagues, especially those of you whom I have worked with for a very long time, and you will know who you are. There's been a lot of hard work and a lot of fun times as well. We have such a great team here at Cotswold because the sport given both professionally and personally is something quite special. We are also very lucky at Cotswold because we have a wonderful school community. I have very fond memories of the children I have taught and the support received from their parents and extended families. I have always enjoyed the challenges and satisfaction that teaching children presents, and will miss being greeted by those bright-eyed little faces and personalities that come through the door each school day fully charged in interaction. However, the time has come to put some balance into life and devote more time to other pursuits and interest in full-time teaching and rates. There are places to see and interests to develop and things to do, as well as spending more time with my dear family, especially those young grandchildren. I wish each and every student here today all the very best for their future education. Remember to make the most of all the opportunities that come your way, because there are things to do at Cotswold. Reach for the stars and don't be put off by any mistakes or failures, because the mistakes show that you are trying and creating something.
Thank you so much, Margaret, for those words. We are all going to miss you greatly. But now, just as we have been sitting for some time, let's have a small break and let's sing the Push Bike song.
When I notice you, run your hand in my
had a carrier on here, Margaret, for Rick. I heard that bicycle built for two there, so look forward to seeing you cycling down High Stead Road as I come along at 7 o'clock in the morning. My pleasure now to welcome back on stage Mr. Barry Gray, who's just going to say a few words. Thank you.
Thanks, Stephen. I'd just like to take a little moment, I won't go on, but I'd like to express on behalf of the board our thanks to the fantastic staff at Cotswold, to all of you for your hard work, professionalism, fun, and fantastic engagement with our children and community. I think I can confidently say that the board recognises that it takes a great team to make a great school, to achieve and prosper for our children. And you've certainly all contributed to that. So, Stephen, the management team, all of the group, teaching staff, teaching support staff, admin team, Wayne, everyone, thank you all for another wonderful Cotswold year. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a relaxing break. And I would thank you also, I would also like to thank the Parents Association. We're very fortunate to have such a very active and effective Parents Association, not just in terms of fundraising, although the Parents Association is certainly very successful in that regard, but also enhancing the community that is Cotswold. Thank you indeed to all parents who contribute to Cotswold's success. And finally, but definitely not least, to our Year 6 graduates. I'm sure you will all look back at the time in Cotswold with wonderful memories. Even old Foss was like Mr. Harrison. Remember our primary school days with fondness. I just wondered, but remember you're a bit older than me. To all of you, enjoy your holidays, recharge your batteries, and get ready for the next step in your schooling journey. As you head off to intermediate school, keep your minds open, try out as many new things as you can, make the most of the opportunities that come your way. Be confident in what you strive for. We've had a fantastic start at Cotswold School. All the best in that school.
We now come to a part of the award ceremony that I know the Year 6s at least have been looking forward to. We honour them all at this ceremony, but we have a number of them that we wish to mention for particular of note. We have here Excellence Awards for Year 6, and we have some cups also to give out. The first cups that we are going to be giving out Excellence in Performing Arts, and I'd like to ask Anna Douglas, who is a Senior Leader of Learning, Senior School in St Helena of Learning Performing Arts, to come up and assist me. Our first excellence in performing arts goes to somebody who has the voice of an angel, and that is Emma Hollingworth. Our second excellence in performing arts goes to somebody who's fierce, Joseph Sweet. Our next set of awards go to those who have shown excellence in visual arts, and I would like to, I have seen their artwork, and I imagine that some of us will be having it on the awards on our walls in the future. First up, can we please have Ben Hardy. I actually forgot to actually ask Barry Gray to come up and actually have us present these. I'm sorry, Mr. Gray. I think I'm older than you again. I'm putting it down to that. And our second for Excellence in Visual Arts goes to Yuika Soga. Thank you, Barry. Could I now call up, please, David Guthrie to assist in the Sports Personality Awards. Sports Personality, this goes to those people who, out there on the fields and the courts, show amazing personality. They're the people that we love to watch because of their enthusiasm and dedication to the game. First up, we'd like to call Ella Dolan. And we'd also like to call Connor Watson. Thank you, Mr. Guthrie. Could I please ask Mr. Harper, our other leader of learning in sports and phys ed, to come up? These two awards are for sporting excellence, children who have achieved well above and beyond in their particular field of endeavour. The first person I'd like to call is Isabella Orr. And our other sporting excellence goes to Tommy Scott. Thank you, Mr. Harper. Could I ask Mrs. Jourdain to come up? Mrs. Jourdain is a long-standing leader of learning in our ICT. And our next cup is for excellence in ICT. First excellence in ICT goes to Dan Howes. And the second excellence in ICT goes to Olivia Baker. Thank you, Mrs. Jourdain. Could I please ask Mrs. Lycan to come to assist us to give a special award for citizenship. These awards are greatly thought over by the teachers as to which one of our students is the most rewarding and deserving of this. Citizenship encompasses so many of our Cotswold values. Mia Abercrombie. And we also have Jaden Barnes. Thank you, Mrs. Lycan. Mr. Harrison himself wanted to present these awards. The next two are for academic excellence, something that we always feel we have a proud history of here at Cotswold. First person to receive the Academic Excellence Cup is Amy Britton. And our second Academic Excellence goes to Hamish Duncan. Thank you, Mr. Harrison. Could I please ask Mrs. Rushworth to come to the stage? Mrs. Rushworth is on our board and she is going to present a very, very important cup. This cup is a cup that encompasses everything we do at Cotswold School. This is the General Excellence Cup. And this year we would like it to go to the boys, to Caleb Cotton. And to the girls, Abigail Winter. Thank you, Mrs. Rushworth. Mrs. Deal, could I possibly ask you to come and assist us with our next set of awards? Our next set of awards are the Cotswold Values Awards. Each classroom selects children from their class that have shown the Cotswold values throughout the year and indeed throughout their entire time at Cotswold. First one will be for Samuel Harris. Brooklyn Jones. Liam Carson. Danielle G. Caleb Lightfoot. And Poppy Jennings. Our next caps go to two people who I have been very proud of all year. These two are our head boy and our head girl for this year. I have worked very closely with them all year, and I can say that they have worked extremely hard. I'm very proud of them, and so should we all be. So first off, could I ask Mrs. Simmon-Connell to come to assist me to... Thank you, and first may we have Rory up. Rory, right away. And of course, our head girl, Maya Gray. Well done to Year 6. We are proud of you all, whether you received the reward today or not. But now let's have another quick break, because we have been sitting still. So let's sing Together We Can Change the World.
Together we can change.
Could I please ask our present head boy and head girl to come for a small, I think they have something to say.
Hello, my name is Rory. And my name is Maya. And we're head boy and head girl of Cotswold School 2013. As head boy and head girl, we take on a lot of responsibilities, like writing the script for assembly, talking in front of audiences, and meeting and greeting special guests.
We need to be role models for the rest of the school. This means we have to demonstrate the Cotswold values all the time. As part of our role as head boy and head girl, a highlight has been going to the National Young Leaders Day.
As head boy, my biggest challenge was taking on the role as head boy. I had lots of different activities also going on. The thing I enjoy the most through my experience as head boy is going to special events.
As head girl, my biggest challenge was overcoming my fear of talking in front of audiences. The thing I enjoyed the most through my experience as head girl is just like Rory going to special events.
We have had a wonderful and busy year. We would just like to say thank you very much to Mr. Harrison, Mr. Simpson, Mrs. Winning-Connell, and all of the staff at Cotswold School for your help and support.
Congratulations to all of the Year Sixes for becoming leaders and displaying the Cotswold values. We wish you good luck and the best for next year. Finally, it is my pleasure and privilege to announce the new Cotswold School Head Girl for 2014. Could Maya Holden please come to the stage? Congratulations, Maya.
And it is my pleasure and privilege to announce a new Cotswold School Head Boy for 2014. Could William Penny please come to the stage? Congratulations, William.
Now, for parents sitting in the audience there, one of the things you might have seen when those two wonderful students were talking was that just about every child in the room was focused on them. And I think that speaks volumes about those two as leaders within the school. And I'm looking forward to working with our new leaders in 2014. And I wish Rory and Maya all the very best in their future roles going forward from here. If I can just ask the back row, what I'm going to do is get you a quiet stand and just go and sit down the alleyway from the face on the screen. So if we could divide ourselves down the middle there, back row, just leave your trophies and things there. And if you just come through the middle here, sit down in the alleyway down the middle. Because we've got something very special for you, and I know in the back row you're not going to be able to see it. So. Our Year 6 teachers, as has become a bit of a tradition, have been putting something special together for our Year 6 students as a wee farewell gift. I had a wee look at it the other day, surprised just how they managed to gather some cameo appearances, but never mind, let's look forward to seeing what we've got here. All right, as those Year 6s make their way back up to their seats, please. Now you know what teachers get up to really after school. I'd also like to acknowledge Cameron Anderson's effort in putting that all together. He and I both talk about the coordination skills of some of our staff. I know Wayne and I also talk about the driving skills of our staff. A couple of our buildings actually still show the scars of that. All right, children, let's sit quietly. Thank you. I know we've had a long way to go, but we have a very, very special time now. There's some hard things you need to do as a principal. One of them is farewelling children. And I'm going to call Mr. Simpson on stage, and we are going to call our Year 6 children off stage for their last time at Cotswold School. Mr. Simpson, if you'd please like to come to stage.
We're going to start with room 23. Brian Adams, Ollie Anderson, Lydia Baker, Jane Barnes, Joshua Edson, Lee Cameron, Amy Coons, Burgess. Liam Carson. Abby Chipman. Caleb Collins. Caleb Potter. Ella Duggan. Leah Donnelly. Brooke Eder. Danielle G. Hannah Goodman. Maya Gray. Maya Hopkins. Dean Laddie. Liam Harris. Emma Hollywood. Jessica Johnson. Emily Knight. Emily Wilson. Jordan Khan. Robin Hill. Trent McMillan. Samantha Massey. Katie Pector. Oliver Rushworth. Tom Scott. Joseph Sweet. Nikita Sweet. And finally, the room tacked on the end of the senior block, room 25. Brianna Elson. Diane Elson Comp. Brooke Barlow. Nathan Briggs. Children, just sit quietly, please. Amy Britton. Kimberly Collins. Lauren Coulson. Keisha Cox. Eddie Cutler. Amy Shungan. Caleb Hickey. Sophie Hooper. Lily Hunter. Poppy Jennings. George Lang. Brad Matzo. Caleb Lightfoot. Jacob Moore. David. Aidan Rutherford. Eureka Sophie. Tiawai Tiwai. Rahabu. Connor Watson. Leighton Watts. Jasmine White. Abigail Winton. And Millie Whistler. Let's give them all one big last clap. And now we'd just like to finish the assembly with something a little bit lighter and a little introduction to Christmas. So let's have a song, let's have the Jingle Bell Rock.
Thank you, Cotswold. Just a reminder to everyone that we have the Classic Hits bus joining us tomorrow in their drive to collect groceries and presents for Ronald McDonald House. Children who bring a canned or packet food item or a wrapped present can wear mufti tomorrow. Please take your item to your classroom, and when they arrive we will take them over to the bus and the vehicles that are coming. So quite an exciting time tomorrow. At 11:15 they arrive, so parents, you're welcome to join us. Teachers I'll announce are changed to our morning tea timetable tomorrow morning. Thank you everyone. Parents, we'd love you to stay for morning tea. We've got plenty of food, lots of drink, chance to catch up with Mrs. Steele and with our staff. We'd love you to stay. Year 6s are also having a very special morning tea just outside here, so we'd love you all to stay. Thank you everyone, and I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and safe holiday travels. Thank you.